Dear Justin Trudeau, you're a fucking moron. Do you honestly think that you can balk at Russia about their moves in Ukraine with the 500 troops that we have in Latvia? Are you insane? Given the whole change in the nature of fucking dialogue between Russia and the United States, you still think, oh, well, I can contradict Trump and still say, no, we don't agree. Like, your father would be rolling over in his grave at how incompetent you are as a leader. I'm at that point in my life. I'm 30 years old, around the time that your dad was in Afghanistan doing heroin and smoking hash. Finding myself and trying to figure out what to do. And, the thing is, your dad at least gave us the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, but what the fuck have you given us? This is insane. Canada, we're a nation of ugly people, We've always been governed by ugly people. And that right there is how you know how Trudeau is a puppet. Because anybody that's actually like a traditional classical liberal in this country has long shifted towards the New Democratic Party. But this is the problem. We have an uninformed electorate where, nobody really knows how this very convoluted bullshit system that is our government works. Because it doesn't, right? It only serves the corporations. It does nothing for us. Well, our healthcare system? Are you serious? Do you really think that the Canadian healthcare system is something to be proud of? We have the most incompetent doctors of anywhere on the fucking earth. I don't understand half of this nonsense that makes you think that you can even say shit to Russia. You need to shut your mouth. Because there are men and women in our military that probably don't want to die in some stupid NATO proxy war. In case you haven't figured this shit out, Mr. Puppet, is that, NATO is basically on the verge of disbanding. That's maybe a good thing, okay? Did you even know you were a puppet? Like, do you know who George Soros is? You're aware that you're a puppet, aren't you? And you're letting all this race baiting nonsense be passed around. Oh my God. This country has its head so far up its ass, we're fucked. We are fucked. And we've been fucked for a long time. We pay so much in taxes, and what do we get for it? Fuck all. We get fuck all for what we pay in our taxes. We have way too many procedural laws. We have this huge, ever-expanding bureaucracy. Jobs working for the government. And who is it that works for the government exactly? A bunch of people that can barely speak English. How does that make any sense? They have no vested interest in this country. I'm not saying let's be anti-immigration, because that's kind of a little harsh, but maybe we should have a hire Canadian first policy. How many First Nations people do we have? How many naturally born Canadian people do we have that are unemployed, that can't find jobs, that are dealing with people working in the government that can't really speak the language and go on like this? And then you ask direct questions and they can't answer the direct questions. This is a major problem, okay? It really is. And there are, millions of Canadians going and looking at Brexit saying, yeah, what's Canada's Brexit? Well, it's telling the Queen of England to fuck off. Our justice system is such a convoluted piece of shit. We have the most corrupt lawyers of anywhere. We have a Senate that is appointed and can override any decision made by our elected officials. How has this system been operating like this for this long? You know who is probably trying to do something about this, Mr. Trudeau? Your fucking dad! And now, Cold War II's going on, and you're just being a fucking idiot, as always. I bet your dad probably called you an idiot a lot. When you were a kid, that's probably why you went into theater school. I know, because I went to theater school as well. The difference was my dad was a child rapist that, was an executive in the oil industry and then a CEO of Diebold, that corrupt company that makes the voting machines down in the States. So, I'm glad that your parents loved you enough that you were able to basically tune out all of the political shit going on. But I know all about Preston Manning. I listened to Double Exposure from the age of 6. And I want reform. And you know what? Most Canadians want reform too. But I feel like until now, no one's really been able to articulate in a way that, would make sense. Now, here's the biggest problem with Canada. Our fucking monetary system. What is this?